There's something men say when they fall for an older woman, and it's not what you think. Because when a man is captivated, not just physically but emotionally, his vocabulary subtly shifts. He starts using words he never did before. Words loaded with meaning, desire, and depth. Now, before you assume it's all babe and sweetheart, ask yourself, would you recognize the language of real love if it whispered into your ear? What if I told you that understanding these 13 words could unlock a secret window into how deeply a man feels? And more importantly, how he sees the woman who awakened something ancient in him. Please like video and subscribe my channel. Let's decode the signs. One word at a time. 1. Respect. When a man falls for an older woman, it almost always begins with one powerful word: respect. Not surface-level courtesy, but a deep reverence for her strength, wisdom, and presence. He might say, "I respect how you handle things." That's not just a compliment, it's a signal. To him, she's not just confident, she owns who she is. He admires how she navigates life, with grace forged from experience. It's not about age, it's about essence. But here's the twist. When admiration deepens, can it quietly turn into emotional dependence? The next word might surprise you. 2. Teach. When a man genuinely says, "Can you teach me that?" something profound is happening. This isn't just curiosity, it's vulnerability wrapped in admiration. Most men, especially in today's world, are conditioned to always appear in control. So when he's willing to learn from an older woman, it's a sign of deep emotional security. He doesn't see her wisdom as a challenge to his ego, but as something to be honored. Let's be real, some guys won't even ask for directions. But here he is, asking for guidance. And that changes everything, because he's not just asking how to do something, he's inviting her into his thought process, his insecurities, and his journey. He's saying, "I trust you with my growth." That's rare, that's real. But what happens when the teacher becomes the emotional anchor? Stick around, the next word is even more intimate. 3. Safe. When a man says, "I feel safe with you," don't take it lightly. In a world that demands men be stoic, guarded, and always in control, this is one of the most vulnerable truths he can reveal. He's not talking about physical safety, he's talking about emotional sanctuary. It means with you, he can lower his defenses. He doesn't have to perform, he can just be. It's the emotional equivalent of putting down the sword after a lifetime of battle. But here's the catch. If he once said it and no longer does, ask yourself, what shifted? Did he feel dismissed or unseen? Because when a man stops feeling safe, he won't argue, he'll retreat. But if he keeps feeling safe, he'll open up more. He'll start saying things that dig deeper into his emotional world. And the next word? It reveals exactly what you awaken within him. 4. Inspired. When a man says, "You inspire me," he's not just offering praise, he's revealing transformation. Older women who fully own their journey, their confidence, and their scars become living proof of what's possible. To him, she isn't just impressive, she's motivating, a mirror reflecting his unrealized potential. Inspiration is momentum. When a man feels it, he begins to evolve, not because she demands it, but because he wants to become more. He starts showing up better. He pays attention to his purpose, his actions, his future. Why? Because her presence ignites something dormant. And here's the key. When he feels inspired, he's not just attracted, he's emotionally invested. He's no longer chasing a fantasy. He's building something real, with her energy as fuel. But what happens when that inspiration turns into something even deeper? Something that feels like home, that next word, it's the heart of everything. 5. Home. When a man says, "You feel like home," something profound is happening. It's not about comfort or routine, it's about belonging. This is the moment his emotional armor finally cracks, because home isn't a place, it's a feeling. Safety, warmth, peace. And when he feels that with you, it means he's not searching anymore. He's found a place where his heart can rest. That word carries weight. It's not said lightly, but here's the twist. Some words don't sound sweet at all, yet they reveal even deeper truths. Words that come out when he's vulnerable, uncertain, and still completely in love. Ready to go deeper? Let's unravel the ones he says when his soul is showing. 6. Proud. When a man says, "I'm proud to be with you," it's more than flattery, it's identity. It means he's not just in a relationship, he's claiming it. He's no longer keeping things quiet or vague. He wants the world to know who he's with, and more importantly, why. Being proud of you reflects how he sees himself in the relationship. It means your presence enhances his image, his purpose, his story. He's not just choosing you privately, he's validating you publicly. And that says a lot. Because when pride enters the picture, love shifts from personal to partnership. But pride isn't the end, it's a beginning. The next word, it only shows up when your absence becomes too loud to ignore. 7. Miss. When a man says, "I miss you," it's not about weakness or neediness, it's about presence. It means your absence didn't go unnoticed. You weren't just part of his day, you shaped it. Missing someone reveals emotional depth. It shows that time without you feels incomplete. It's his heart quietly saying, "You matter more than you know." He's not just longing for company, he's longing for you. And here's the truth, men don't miss what doesn't impact them. So if he says it, you've left a mark. But what happens when missing you turns into craving peace? That's where we go next. 8. Peace. When a man says, "You bring me peace," he's not being poetic, he's being honest. In a world full of noise, pressure, and chaos, finding someone who brings stillness is rare. You become his calm, his pause, his breath between battles. It's not just about comfort, it's about relief. With you, he doesn't have to explain himself, he just is. That kind of peace isn't passive, it's powerful. Because once a man finds it, he'll fight to protect it. And here's the deeper truth. Peace isn't loud, it doesn't beg for attention, but it anchors him quietly, completely. So what happens when that peace pushes him to grow? That's where the next word leads, and it's not what you think. 9. Challenge. When a man says, "You challenge me," don't panic. It's not rejection, it's respect. Most people run from challenge, but in love, it's a sign of growth. You're not just agreeing with him, you're pushing him to think, evolve, be better. It means he doesn't feel stagnant with you. You awaken parts of him that were asleep. You call him out, not to tear him down, but to lift him higher. And while the word might sound confrontational, in his heart, it's admiration. Because when a man truly loves an older woman, he's not afraid to be called forward. But what happens when challenge meets deep emotional risk? The next word? It only comes out when he's fully in it, and vulnerable. 10. Trust. When a man says, "I trust you," he's giving you more than just his heart, he's giving you his vulnerabilities. Trust is earned over time, and it means he believes in you completely. It's not just about being reliable, it's about being emotionally safe for him. When a man says he trusts you, he's telling you that he feels seen, heard, and accepted for who he is. Trust deepens a relationship, and when it's there, he's ready to share his darkest thoughts and fears. And here's the catch. Without trust, love can't grow. So, when he trusts you, he's already invested. 11. Need. When a man says, "I need you," it's not weakness, it's emotional truth. Men aren't always open about their needs, so hearing this means you've become essential to his life. He's not just looking for someone to be around, he's looking for someone who completes him in ways no one else can. This need isn't for convenience, it's for emotional connection, intimacy, and depth. It's the recognition that he's better with you by his side. When he opens up this way, it signals true love, where dependency is a sign of trust and not a burden. 12. Grateful. When a man says, "I'm grateful for you," it's not just about gratitude, it's a reflection of how deeply he values you. He's acknowledging the ways you've impacted his life in subtle, often unseen ways. It means you've made his world richer, more meaningful. This word signifies a deep emotional bond, where he sees the small gestures, the daily support, and the love you provide as priceless. Gratitude means you've moved beyond infatuation. You've become integral to his happiness. And when gratitude becomes a core part of his vocabulary, it's a clear sign he's emotionally all in. 13. Forever. When a man says, "I want this," forever, it's not a casual promise, it's a commitment. He's not talking about a fleeting feeling or temporary excitement. He's talking about long-term connection, growth, and partnership. This word signifies deep emotional investment. He's already picturing a future with you, built on trust, shared experiences, and mutual respect. It's a vow that goes beyond the present moment. It's about creating a life together. When a man speaks about forever, it's a reflection of how he sees you as his equal, his partner, and his person. It's the ultimate sign of love. So now you know, when a man falls for an older woman, it's not about flattery. It's about a change in language that signals a transformation in him. The question is, have you heard any of these words lately? If this resonated with you or made you think twice about something a man once said, hit that subscribe button now, because we dive deep into the psychology behind words, relationships, and attraction. And remember, the words may be subtle, but the meaning? It's life-changing.